Hey guys, Scott Bland, Jim Bland Construction. Wanted to talk about this stage of construction and what you can expect to see, things that you might have questions about as far as what's going on in the house. What am I looking at in my house? So obviously, obviously this is a switch. This is where a switch is going to be. This wire that just is usually randomly hanging out in the middle of nowhere, that's part of the alarm system. That's a motion detector. It's going to point this way. It will tie into the alarms. That is what that wire is for. So when you see that, that's what you're looking at. If we move through a little bit further, right there, that right there is going to be, that's where the chime for the doorbell is going to go. So when it goes off, you'll hear it. That's where your ding dong is, basically. Into the bedrooms or in random rooms in the house, we always post our job site rules. These are for our subcontractors. It's also this, we do this on all of our jobs as well. This QR code, when you click on that, it will pull up the actual floor plans. It'll pull up the notes. It'll pull up what flooring goes where, what paint goes where, things like that. That way, when our subcontractors are working on the jobs, if they have a question and they don't have their plan by them, they can always click on the QR code. We've all got phones on us, guys, and they can click on these and it can let them know what goes where. Most questions are going to be answered by this. If you're on one of our jobs, if you look at the doorways, you'll see notifications here, things that are written here in Sharpie. These are written here by either myself, our project manager, or our door salesman. What this is telling those guys is as they walk through and order the doors, it tells them what door goes where. It also tells the trim carpenter when it comes to hang the doors, he'll scrape off the sheetrock mud, and that'll tell him what doors go where and how they swing, all that. This arrow here, right here, guys, that arrow, that's saying this door is going to swing this way. The hinge is going to be on this side, and it's going to swing this way, so it's going to swing in this way. So when you see this, that's what that means. Let's look at this fireplace. This fireplace is a little bit unique in this house. This is an electric fireplace. So how do we know it's an electric fireplace? Well, there's a plug here first, but that's not how we know it's an electric fireplace. Because a lot of fireplaces, guys, nowadays will take power, direct vent fireplace with a heat unit, a blower, things like that. Sometimes we'll need power. How I know looking at this, immediately looking at this, that it's an electric fireplace, is this foam insulation right here. That would not be here if this was a wood-burning fireplace. If it was going to build up heat inside here, we would not have this foam here. There's no chimney chase. There's no way to ever put a real fireplace here. So we knew we could blow the spray foam in here and not have a problem. But you can't have that spray foam in a fireplace cavity. That's how I know this house is going to get an electric fireplace. Into the kitchen. All kinds of stuff going on in a kitchen. And at sheetrock stage, a lot of it doesn't make a darn bit of sense when you look at it. So let's talk about it. This is where the island goes. This is the drain. So the sink's going to go in the island. So on this plan, washing dishes, doing things in the sink, you're looking in the living room. It gives kind of a communal feel to the home because it's an entire family area. These wires right here, these will be the plugs that are on the island as well. And then, of course, are the water lines, the water that goes. That water, by the way, is coming down the wall, going through the concrete, and coming up here to give water to our sink. This big black wire here, that's for the range. This house is getting a full range, not just a cooktop. So that's a 220 wire. That's extra power for that range. These wires that are hanging out of the walls, these are a combination. Some of these are wires for plugs. Some of those are wires for the under counter lights that go underneath the cabinets. That water line right there, of course, that's the refrigerator. That's where you're going to get your ice for your fridge. Again, we have switches. Again, if we look up, we have can lights in the ceiling. That vent right there, that is for your vent hood. All of our vent hoods, we vent them all the way out through the attic. And that's what that is. That's going straight up and out. And of course, that's the power for the vent hood right there. So guys, I gave you a little bit of an idea of what's going on. So the living area, one of the bedrooms, and the kitchen. Reach out to us with any questions. We'll try to keep doing videos like this. I know things like this, when you guys are walking, if we're not there to explain it to you, it doesn't make a lot of sense. You don't see these things every day. Don't hesitate to reach out to us anytime. We'd love to answer your questions. We've been doing it like that since 1974. We're always going to be that way, guys. We want to do that way for you too. Thank you, guys.